Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Beyond Bookkeeping, brought to you by Febi.ai. In this series, we explore the unsung heroes of the business world. And today, our focus is fundamentally yet frequently underestimated aspect bookkeeping. Joining us today on our Express podcast is Deepa, third generation bamboo cultivator on a mission to transform modern home style and lifestyles. She's a founder of DaisyLife, not Dizzy Life, DaisyLife, a company dedicated to bringing sustainable elegance into everyday living. Welcome, Deepa. Glad to have you here.
Thank you, Anuj. And very interesting when you said Daisy Life and not Dizzy Life, because it's a lot of times it gets termed also as lazy life. And I'm like, with respect to bookkeeping, yes, I'm lazy.
Too lazy life, right?
I can relate to that with lazy life.
So, since you brought it in,
Yeah.
so please fill us in. We would love to know more about Daisy Life uh, and the all great, impactful work you're doing with sustainability. Would love to hear more about that.
Yes, so Daisy Life for me, like you mentioned, it is the whole idea of being able to transform what modern living, modern lifestyle means today. So we have a picture in our head when we say modern, it's all about steel, glass, metal, plastic. And we've somehow kind of just correlated that with modern, but we have forgotten the roots that we have left behind. And given that, yes, city life is fast and we find all of these elements and these looks and aesthetics very fascinating. But somewhere, having left nature behind, there is a price we are paying to it. So, Daisy Life, to tell you in short, is our primary objective is human and nature interaction. How can we make it effortless in modern living and modern lifestyles in our daily routines? Keep it, stay connected to nature as much as possible through the course of day without having to get prescribed by a doctor that please go take 30 minutes walk on grass. And having said that, that this is the primary objective, there is obviously the impact that happens because of that. Obviously, one, in terms of the craft work that comes in, the artisans impact that it is creating on their livelihoods and making them more relevant in today's world, and obviously the environment impact that is it's creating, that we are replacing raw materials that have more harm and impact the planet. And fourth being to organize the unorganized handicraft market. So I don't like saying handicraft because it gets cliched into a certain bucket, because Daisy Life is not about first saving the craft or saving the people or saving the planet. It is first about saving yourself or taking care of yourself, and that is through staying connected to nature. So yeah,
And how?
that is Daisy Life.
Yeah, and I know you do a lot with bamboo, right? And bamboo is as old as panda, or probably future. And you've been doing that. Your family has been doing that for a very long time. You know,
Yes.
what is new that you're doing with bamboo?
When I'm talking about the answer to your question, that what new am I doing about it with bamboo, it is not so much about that we are changing the products or completely putting it in a new format for people, but
Basics.
more. Sorry.
I said sticking to basics, right?
Yeah, so it's having a strong foundation, which is why we are connected to make sure that we are growing correctly, right? So with it, we are making what new we are doing is one most important factor for me was to show people how these can be a part of your modern life. So it's not normal to say that, oh, how can bamboo be used? And primarily people think कि ये तो गांव में use होता है. This is, not a city raw material.
एक
Thankfully, it
बास्केट
is.
बनता है, सबको यही पता है.
हाँ, वो बास्केट बनता है. So how do we bring it into modern homes? And what gave us a very good momentum and traction was the fact that we showcase these products, how they fit into modern aesthetics and lifestyle. So for a simple thing like you spoke about baskets, how these baskets became such gorgeous wall decor, and it immediately caught attention. While it was in the olden days, or rather even now in the rural areas, you use a basket and then you hang it on the wall. So that's where the design or the element came from, that these
Trans-
look amazing.
yeah,
As
transforming it, right? And still
Yeah.
getting it, connected, as you rightly said, right? Bring it home. First of all, first you do is bring home. then you figure out
Yes.
what to do with it. And
Yes. And people didn't know how to use it at all. So right from wall decor
yeah, and
to
I've seen
kitchenware.
some of your
Yeah.
products which are amazing, Deepa. They're really good. Uh, I, and DaisyLife is a very successful e-commerce brand, right? I know that I've shopped there. There are many people which have recommended me, or I have recommended to them. As a founder, now running an e-commerce business, right? Keep aside the sales, which everybody wants to look at the sales number. What is there anything else that keeps you up at night?
Besides the sales, what keeps me up at night is how do I organize my business better? So, like I said, one of the biggest things for me in this sector was how do I organize the handicraft industry? Right, and that's where I keep wondering that are there, so we have come a long way literally from being a pen and paper and till date struggling with how to have stay on top of all of this elements and the stock and everything to obviously putting it out in the market in terms of that people are not used to shopping for these in the regular retail formats.
Distribution leading to sales. Who does not like
Yes,
money, right? But yeah,
yes.
see, this episode or is all about unsung heroes, right? And for you, probably distribution is an unsung hero. There could be a quality which could be an unsung hero for you, which is important for you, or a supply chain could be something like that, which directly or indirectly impact your sales. Now, I'm going to talk about a little bit about bookkeeping, which is, you know, something that people don't talk about it, but obviously at times it becomes relevant to the business. And we and you were talking about recently that all the hiccups or all the work that you have to do for bookkeeping to keep afloat. So let me ask first thing that who manages your bookkeeping? Is it an accountant? Do you use a platform, or how does it work today?
Okay,
Sure.
so I started with Tally, then realized in a year it was not helping. We had outsourced it to a CA and accountant, our work, and we said, okay, all this is Tally is not helping us. We don't know how to use it primarily, right? So I have to hire special people for it. I had to train myself, and still it wasn't friendly at all for me. So I wasted my annual subscription on that, and we got back into Excel sheet. Having said that, though, I did realize that my inventory did need to be managed, and the amount of volumes that we were talking about, and I'm in a volume business,
Yes.
so I had to get into at least an inventory management system. And at that point in time, there was nothing in India I could find other than Tally that would do this for me. So I found something in Canada and started using that. That didn't understand the Indian tax compliance, especially after GST and all. So it's a Canadian software, and this is the reason now I'm looking at shifting to something. In India, there are a lot of things that have come up like Zoho and Febi. So I'm looking at what is a good.
So if I were to ask you this, and you have an experience of both offline, that means working along with accountant, using your platform, also having people to use that platform. Now, fast forward this and say that tomorrow, if you were to use only an accounting software or a bookkeeping software, what is it that you would expect from it? Any wish, what is that you would want from a platform to come? You have not seen the platform, you've not heard about the platform, you don't know anything about it. But as a person, as a founder, if I were to say that, what is your wish list? What would be? We're counting. Let it flow.
Yeah, so honestly, I look at it and I don't look at it just as a bookkeeping. I look at it as a complete holistic software. Either it integrates or not, but it has to have my inventory properly in detail with product and everything in it, with pictures and all of that. Then obviously the accounting part, which integrates with so many different channels that are there, right? Offline, different stores that we are in, or marketplaces, and obviously working with corporates and stuff. So all of these that happen, physical formats as well, B2B in terms of the bulk orders, then marketplaces in terms of e-commerce, the exports, all of that should be able to make an error because stock keeping and counting is not easy. Billing to that level is not easy. You may be talking about doing that. Oh, these are 10 cartons I've sold and also two pieces that I've sold,
Yep.
right?
To
So
the
it's
SKU level, right? To the
yeah, yeah.
and then you have branch accounting, and then you have so many things to come along with.
Yeah, so having
Glad I'm
reports
not a
like
CA.
that, Oh, today morning I had a argument with my accounts team. So it was like, please understand my problem. We all will have to hand over
I'm
till
I'm definitely gonna have
switch.
you. I'm definitely gonna have you in one of the accelerators if we ever start, which is like women in accounting.
Oh God, you won't believe it. It gives me a bad stomach, okay, talking about bookkeeping. And literally, for us, again, a family owned business, homegrown business, Anush, the concept is that जो खरीदा या whatever payments I have to make, raw materials, whatever payments have to be made, these are the sales that have come in. जितना पैसा है, that is my profit. That's it. That is accounting. Is the
Wonderful.
mindset I'm coming from. So to create, like, realize the importance of bookkeeping, and it's not easy for people to change. Much effort.
Well, so one thing that I definitely see from here, and I'm going to take it back with me, is a very between the lines. I'm going to talk about that. For you, bookkeeping is not only for yourself, but also the RTCs or the partners who are also helping you build those 5,000, 10,000 SKU, right? Because
Yeah, to be
end of
able to
the
do
day,
those entries. Yeah,
to be
yeah,
because they are the ones where it's the tail of your supply chain, right? You
correct.
can't miss the tail and only look at your whatever comes in is my profit. So
Yeah, so either it integrates very well or it has all of this inbuilt, and I would prefer something inbuilt, obviously. So yeah, I think that's why Zoho has got so complicated now.
yeah, no, but thank you for all the amazing insight that this is really we wanted to hear. I wanted to hear in person, and that's why I said I'm here to learn, and I learned a lot. Obviously, if I'm getting into this business, I'm not making 5,000 ST. That is for sure. I'm
No,
okay
but
with
the thing is, that's the demand of the industry, right?
yeah, yeah.
Because you have to give new
Yes,
products every season,
yes,
every
yes,
month. Forget season.
every month, right? And then you're looking at export, which changes the dynamics,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
one market different from other market, right? And
yeah.
yes, it is. My last question to you, ma'am, and sorry I took more than what I was being asked to do that, is what does money means to you personally? I'm going to end with that.
Yeah, so amazing question, because for me, I've always looked at, and I realize that now that you've asked me this question, that I've always looked at money as a means to the life, to or means to life, and what I need to do or what I want to do. So to put it simply, is basically it has to facilitate the work that I'm doing, and that's what money means. It's so, in a business it's so important to be able to differentiate that business is not about making money. Business is about the business, and money just has to facilitate that to happen, that possibility of doing that business.
Right person doing sustainability.
Yeah. Money has to sustain us.
Sustain us, yes. Deepa, thank you so much for taking the time out. It was amazing speaking with you, and I wish you all the luck with Daisy Life. We shall meet soon.
Pleasure, Anuj, always a pleasure talking to you, and you seriously managed to get the candid stuff out of me.